Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today is a wild, crazy day in the soap world, and we have so much to unpack. Grab a giant cup of coffee because we are diving deep into the absolute madness that just went down. Let's get right into it. And honestly, I am still sitting here staring at my screen because I cannot even process what just happened on The Bold and the Beautiful. Seriously. I have been covering this show for a really long time. A really, really long time, and I am tired. I am so tired of the back and forth, but this actually woke me up. Because what just went down at the Logan ASAP fashion show is probably one of the most brutal, humiliating, and just straight up devastating character assassinations I have ever seen, and I mean that. Hope Logan Spencer is completely and utterly ruined, just ruined. Let's just break this down, because my brain is still spinning from the sheer audacity of Deke Sharp. Yeah, Deke Sharp. The guy we all thought was just a decoy, the guy who was supposed to be Hope's little assistant. He just pulled off the heist of the century. But let's back up for a second. Let's set the scene because the setup for this was massive. Bill Spencer and Katie Logan had this grand master plan, right? They were going to hijack the entire international press corps that Forrester Creations flew into Los Angeles for Eric Forrester's highly anticipated haute couture return. They were going to steal the spotlight, and they did. The room was packed. The flashing lights, the cameras, the fashion elites from Paris and Milan and New York, everyone was there. The energy in that room was electric. You could just feel the smugness radiating off of Bill and Katie. They thought they had one. They thought they were about to drop the biggest bomb on the fashion industry and make Forrester Creations look like old news. So, the lights go down, the music starts pumping. That heavy, dramatic runway bass that B&B always uses, and the models start walking. The collection is called New Hope. Get it? New Hope. Because Hope Logan secretly defected from Forrester to Logan to start over. And backstage, you have Hope. Poor, naive, overly trusting Hope. She's standing there behind the curtains. And you guys, you know she was probably sick to her stomach with guilt. I mean, just a few episodes ago, she was literally hiding behind a screen in Katie's office while her mother, Brooke, was screaming at Katie about the mystery designer. Hope lied to her mom's face. She used Deke as a decoy. She let Brooke believe Deke was the inexperienced newbie. She burned her bridges with Steffy. She stalled Steffy's demands to return to Hope for the future. She did all of this lying and sneaking around for this exact moment. And as the models are walking down the runway, Hope is watching the monitors. But something is wrong. You could see it on her face. The camera zooms in on her, and she looks confused. Because the clothes, they look like her sketches, but they aren't her sketches. The cuts are different. The silhouettes are altered. The embellishments are changed. Just enough to make them look slightly off from her original vision. Deke had taken her passionate, heartfelt designs and twisted them. He mutated them into something else. But before Hope can even figure out what is happening, before she can even process why her new Hope collection looks so weird, the finale happens. The music swells, the final model walks off. It's time for the designer to take a bow. This was supposed to be Hope's grand reveal. This was supposed to be the moment she walked out, shocked the world, and proved to Steffy and Ridge that she didn't need Forrester Creations. But she doesn't walk out. Deke Sharp does. Deke Sharp steps out onto that brightly lit runway. And he is practically glowing with arrogance. He doesn't look like a nervous assistant. He looks like a conqueror. He walks right down to the end of the runway, right into the blinding flashes of the international media. And he takes the microphone. And what he says next, honestly, I gasped. I actually gasped out loud. Deke looks right into the cameras and declares to the entire world that he is the sole creator of the New Hope collection. The sole creator, not a co-designer. Not an assistant, the only author of the work. Hope is backstage, and you can literally see her soul leave her body. She is completely paralyzed. She is just absolutely shocked and horrified. She is standing there in the shadows, watching this nobody, this guy she trusted, take full credit for her life's work, for her vision, for her new hope, and she can't do anything. She can't run out there and scream that he's lying, because it's Liv. The press is there. The cameras are rolling. It is a live broadcast to the global fashion community. If she runs out there looking like a crazy person, she ruins herself even more, so she just stands there, frozen. But it gets worse. Oh, you guys, it gets so much worse. Because Bill Spencer is in the front row, and Dollar Bill is not a man who likes surprises. Bill realizes instantly that something is terribly wrong. He is furious. I mean, Don Diamond's acting in this scene. Incredible. The vein in his forehead was practically throbbing. He looks ready to murder Deke right there on the catwalk. Bill storms backstage the second the show is over, demanding answers. He is yelling. He is threatening to destroy Deke. He is threatening to sue him into oblivion. But Deke just smirks, that awful, smug little smirk. Because Deke isn't stupid. What were they thinking, trusting this guy? Deke calmly reveals that he already registered the intellectual property. He filed the copyrights. He filed the trademarks. He legally owns every single design in the New Hope collection. He did it quietly, behind their backs, before the show even started. He registered the IP under his own name. And because he altered Hope's original sketches just enough, he created a legal loophole. They aren't technically her designs anymore. They are his. Legally, on paper, in the eyes of the law, Deke Sharp is the genius behind Logan's new line. And Hope is left with absolutely nothing. She has nothing, no collection, no credit, no line. But the nightmare doesn't stop there. Because of how this played out in front of the international media, the narrative instantly spins. The press doesn't see Deke as a thief. They see Deke as the brilliant new visionary. And if Hope tries to claim the designs are hers, she is going to be branded a plagiarist. Let that sink in. Hope Logan, the moral compass of the show, the girl who always preaches about honesty and integrity, is now going to be labeled a fraud who tried to steal from her own assistant. She is going to be known as a plagiarist. It is the ultimate humiliation. And here is the absolute kicker, the thing that makes this so delightfully, horribly tragic. Hope cannot go back to Forrester Creations. She can't. She is trapped. When she agreed to this secret defection, she signed a contract with Logan. She signed an ironclad non-disclosure agreement and an exclusivity contract. She is legally bound to Katie's fashion house. But Katie's fashion house just gave all the power to Deke. Hope is a prisoner at a company where she has no creative control and no reputation. And even if she could magically break the contract, Steffy Forrester would never, ever take her back. Can you imagine Steffy right now? Steffy, Ridge, and Eric were probably watching this live stream, absolutely fuming that Logan stole their press. But then, they watch Logan implode. They watch Hope get publicly humiliated. Steffy is probably popping champagne at the Cliff House right now. Steffy warned Hope. Steffy told her she was acting erratic. Steffy literally offered her a chance to relaunch Hope for the future after Eric's show, and Hope stalled her. Hope threw away her legacy at Forrester for this, and now she has nothing. Steffy is going to be so unbearably smug, and honestly, maybe I'm being too harsh, but Hope kind of deserves it. Okay, that sounded dramatic, but you get what I mean. She played with fire. She lied to everyone, and she got burned. And what about Brooke? Oh my god, Brooke Logan Forrester is going to need a sedative. Brooke aggressively confronted Katie. Brooke defended Hope. Brooke thought Deke was just a silly little decoy. Brooke celebrated Hope's supposed return to Forrester. When Brooke finds out that her daughter lied to her, hid behind a screen to avoid her, and then got completely played by the very guy they were using as a pawn, Brooke is going to lose her mind. The betrayal is going to shatter her, and she is going to blame Katie. The Logan sisters are going to go to war over this. Donna's warnings about the family crumbling. Yeah, Donna was 100% right. Nobody listened to Donna, but Donna knew. So let's zoom out and talk about the bigger pattern here. How does this fit the show's usual style? Usually, Hope is the victim of Thomas's obsession or Liam's waffling, but this is professional destruction. This isn't a love triangle. This is a career-ending, reputation-destroying corporate sabotage, and it feels different. It feels darker. Because Hope brought this on herself, she made the choice to deceive her family. She made the choice to trust Deke, and she failed. I just keep thinking about the legal department at Spencer Publications. Like, what actually were they thinking? Who actually believes this is going to end well? Bill Spencer has an army of lawyers. How did none of them check the IP registrations before putting this multi-million-dollar show on the runway? It is a massive plot hole, but I don't even care because the drama is so good. The writers just threw logic out the window for the sake of a jaw-dropping twist, and you know what? I am here for it. Sometimes the flow of this show is a bit clunky, but when they deliver a shocker, they really deliver. And what is Remy Price going to do with this information? A few episodes ago, Remy discovered Deke was working for Logan. Remy kissed Deke. Is Remy in on this? Did Remy help Deke file the paperwork? Or is Remy going to use this to blackmail Deke? There are so many moving parts right now. Melissa Dillon is running around trying to find a diamond for Elektra. Will Spencer is lying to his girlfriend. RJ is trying to get Will fired. The whole canvas is a mess. A beautiful, chaotic mess. But back to Hope, I honestly feel a little sick for her. I know I said she deserved it, and maybe I am changing my mind a bit. Seeing her stand backstage, watching her entire life crumble, watching her reputation turn to dust. It's hard to watch. Annika Noel is going to act the hell out of these upcoming scenes. The tears, the panic, the realization that she has been outsmarted by Deke Sharp. It's going to be Emmy-worthy stuff. And Liam, poor waffle boy Liam, he supported this move. He told Hope to go to Logan. He cheered her on. He knew about the Deke decoy plan. He is going to feel so guilty, but Liam can't fix this. Nobody can fix this. The international media has already published the headlines. The photos of Deke taking his bow are already viral. Hope is a laughing stock. And let's not forget about Katie in all of this. Katie Logan was so incredibly smug. She really thought she was pulling one over on Forrester Creations. She pushed Hope to do this. She ignored Donna's warnings. She swore Will to secrecy, putting her own son in a terrible position with Elektra. And for what? So Deke Sharp could steal her entire company out from under her. Because let's be real, Logan Fashion House is now entirely dependent on Deke. He owns the IP. If Katie fires him, she has no collection to sell. She has to keep him. She has to bow down to the guy who just humiliated her niece on a global stage. The irony is just delicious. Katie thought she was the mastermind, but she was just another pawn in Deke's game. It is a total disaster for the Logans. The Spencer money can't buy their way out of a legally binding trademark registration. So yeah, Katie is going to have a lot of explaining to do, especially when Brooke comes knocking. So, where do we go from here? Does Hope try to sue? Does Bill hire some shady people to take care of Deke? Does Deke become the new lead designer at Logan, forcing Hope to work under him? That would be the ultimate torture. Imagine Hope having to fetch coffee for the guy who stole her collection. The fans on social media are already losing their minds. Half of them are cheering for Steffy, and the other half are crying for Hope. It is a total bloodbath on Twitter right now. Wow, I need to take a breath. I have been typing so fast my fingers hurt. This storyline is just completely off the rails. It is messy, it is chaotic, it is full of legal inaccuracies, but it is pure soap opera gold. We are going to be talking about the Logan ASAP fashion show disaster for years. It is going to go down in B&B history as the day Hope Logan lost everything. And honestly, I can't wait to see what happens tomorrow.